This week on
Welcome. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out west. You look at Sacramento, advantage in one series.
Yeah, you know, for the Kings, they're one of the NBA's early season success stories. They've made an immediate push toward the top of the standings.
Greg, I wish I could say I saw this coming, but I had no idea. They put it together so early. Tremendous job by the coaching staff.
Now Sacramento starting five. They've got JaVale McGee. Bogdan Bogdanovic is out there with Lowry. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Davis in at the center position. And for Toronto, Powell is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then it's Evan Fournier. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Ross in at the shooting guard. Now Ross following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep. Here's Oubre. Here's Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Now here's Doncic. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Denver.
And don't leave out his rebounding, Kevin. I mean, he had a big impact in that game with all his effort on the glass.
And again, Toronto no luck. For Sacramento, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Left side, Davis. Shoots over Powell. That's good from Davis on the assist by Lowry. Davis has got his second basket of the night. Inching closer to the postseason, Chris, the playoffs right around the corner. Is there anything you would change with the playoff format?
You know, I've thought about this a lot, and because it's cyclical, meaning who's going to be number 1 or number 8 in your conference, that makes me not want to change anything. One idea, however, that I've always entertained is top 1 through 16. So it doesn't, let's take conferences out of it, let's take divisions out of it and just rank them by records 1 through 16. I think that would have a pretty good impact on who's in and who's out, but I think it would also mess with travel and a whole logistical and a whole bunch of logistics in that way and mess it up. But I really like how we have it, man. 1 through 8 on both sides and made the best team win.
How about reseeding?
We could reseed, but that just opens up so many. You know what? I'm a guy, I got to get used to changing. Maybe if I hear some more ideas, I'm with it, but right now, I like it the way we go.
I hear you. I hear you. And here's Lowry after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Hey, Chris, there's a lot to like for this Kings franchise right now. Fans have got to be excited about their future.
Yeah, and credit my man Vlade in the front office for rebuilding. They got lots of great young talent, and they've kept their picks. The team should be a big factor in the West in the coming years.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Bad shot selection, as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Davis. How about 44 points per, 20 rebounds, and just over 4 blocks. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable tenacity going to the glass. It's been reflected in that stat sheet.
For Toronto, they come in off the loss to the Nuggets.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
They kept chucking from distance, and ultimately it was their undoing. Disappointing result.
Toronto trails by 3, and let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. Facing one of the game's truly elite players in Anthony Davis, how do you keep him from going off? Coach said keep him out of his sweet spots, out of the paint, and communicate at all times. So you can expect these guys to be talking all night, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now, here is Lowry. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous.
Here is Ross. Following the basket by JaVale McGee. Davis against Ross. Pass to Doncic. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Sacramento. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Well, staying with your game plan is so important, especially when you are away from your home arena.
Doncic against Lowry. They get a hand on it. Now running, here comes Lowry pushing the ball up. There's the lob to the hoop.
You see why McGee's teammates lob it up his way? Because they know he can go up and get it.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings with... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching for the Kings, guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Kelly Oubre out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Lowry. Then there's Bogdanovich. And it's Davis in at the center.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Now here's Ross. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against the Nuggets in Denver.
And so many of his points came at the line. The D was trying to play him physical. And he just said, yeah, bring it on.
Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Monday, it'll be the Detroit Pistons coming into town. And then on Friday.
And for that matchup with the Wizards, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
You know what, Chris? Speed at any position is so vital. Who are the fastest big guys in the game right now that you admire and just can't believe how they go baseline to baseline?
The first one that comes to mind is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's a Greek freak, but he's a freak of nature in basketball. His speed, his length, his athletic ability. You love seeing him. And I say a close second, Anthony Davis. And don't forget about Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, a lot of guys that love running the floor and put that pressure on the defense every time by getting out.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. They needed that. And I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Outside, Davis. Lock at 6. Back to Bogdanovich. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 8 now for the Kings. Down low, here's Doncic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
And so here's Toronto. The Kings getting the bucket. Shot from 12. Fournier's shot is off. Kings leading now by 9. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. The offensive rebound. McGee's shot is off. For Toronto, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And it's in there.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. And Kevin, that's what made him, from Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Outside, Bogdanovic. Over Ross. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got 8. 26 seconds left in the first half. Doncic against Lowry. Now, here's Doncic. Not a lot of room. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Powell. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It's Sacramento with the advantage at the half. They have a 9-point lead. Jack, how did that about?
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Bogdanovic really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Powell is out there with Evan Fournier. Then it's Terrence Ross. Then it's Robinson. And it's Doncic in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
A specialty of McGee's. I mean, he's a high-activity guy who's opportunistic on the offensive glass.
And Doncic gets it to go.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
And the pass to Bogdanovic. Pass to Davis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
And we are talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he's able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time on a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Ross with a wide open look, and it's off from three-point range. And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for the Kings.
Yeah, and this team depends on Lowry. I mean, so skilled at creating shots for himself or his teammates.
Toronto trails by 12. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here's Fournier, and he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. The 10-footer. Robinson misses.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Three-pointer. Toronto grabs the miss. To the inside. Powell. Sacramento grabs the miss. McGee's got 8 rebounds in this game.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Lowry from outside. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovic. Lowry's got 5. Hey, Chris, this year pioneer Chuck Cooper inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way, and what he endured, and his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors of theirs over there.
I agree. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. McGee finds Davis. Just 5 to shoot. Good ball movement here by the Kings. The shot.
And it's just encouraging to see Luka step up on defense. Must continue to bring that type of intensity.
Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Bogdanovich wide open. Another 3 for Sacramento.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Passes it to Davis. And it goes down 2 points. Davis has got 5 points now this quarter.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Bogdanovich against Ross. Steps back and shoots. No good there.
And the aggressive attitude of Davis on D makes him such a...
And so it's Sacramento holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. We've got Bogdanovich. Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Lowry. And it's Oubre in at the 3 slot.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Fournier against Oubre. Fournier dishes to Powell. It's stolen by Davis. Now here's Bogdanovich. He kicks it to Lowry. Teardrop shot. And Davis with the basket on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Toronto calls timeout. And the NBA 2K League, C-Web, the first e-sport operated by a U.S. pro sport. And it's quickly growing. Do you throw down on the sticks?
Yeah, just a little announcement to all the GMs in the 2K League. I am available. I'm a free agent. I'm ready to go. I'm nice on the sticks. I can play career mode, team mode, one-on-one mode. Whatever you need from me, I am ready to go. But I love it, man. It's great to see people who love this game, whether it's virtual or real life. It's hoops, baby.
So much fun. Doncic right side, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. Shot from the inbound, down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Ross, and again, no good by Toronto.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Inside, it's tipped. Fournier with the ball, now defended by Oubre, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for Toronto. And here is Doncic. Now Ross uses the glass to finish the layup.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Lowry with the ball. 1:49 left in the 4th quarter. Oubre against Fournier, just 4 to shoot. Davis, the pass to Lowry. McGee, nice persistence to tip it back up and in.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? It's stolen by Lowry. Now running, here comes Lowry pushing the ball up.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Sacramento.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season. And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Kyle Lowry.
Well, the biggest impact he had was with his on-the-ball defense. Such quick hands. His steals added up to a lot of extra possessions.
Here's Waiters, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Clearly a foul.
Free throw, good Waiters. He doesn't get the second one. Toronto, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And the basket by Hill.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
And Davis gets it to go.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Hill banked in off the glass.
Taking what the defense gives him. I mean, that time, Hill got right to the rim.
Here's O'Neal. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Kicks it to Waiters. Another 3 for Sacramento.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Now, here's Miles. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. This one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's good.